Hello, everybody. This is AG here, and welcome to the greatest racetrack in the world. This is the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the 27th race of the 2023 Wawa Sprint Series. We are here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for 10 laps of action around this 2.5 mile rectangular-shaped oval in Speedway, Indiana, and only 4 races remain until we crown a champion in both the Sprint Series and the Cup Series. I'm not going to spoil the Cup Series for the gentleman alongside me here, Nathan Stapleton, but here in the Sprint Series, Sam Oskin still has a pretty good hold on this field after his teammate Avery Alford got wrecked out last week at Michigan. He starts 5th here today at Indy. Does he go to victory lane for the 5th time here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway?
He might. Just have to wait and see. Track position is going to be very important with it being only a 10-lap sprint series. Just have to wait and see what ends up going down. I think anyone in the top 5, top 7 is going to have the best shot with only being 10 laps here at the best track in the world at Indianapolis, my home racetrack.
And of course, we'll go ahead and get to your official race pick in a moment. But we got ourselves Philip Torrey starting on the pole here in the 85 machine with Skylar Taylor alongside. Now, Skylar Taylor, they are the ones 14 points behind Sam and Oskin. If we end up with a situation like we did last week when Avery Alford wrecked out, if Oskin wrecks out in this race and Taylor wins, Taylor could go into Watkins Glen next week, the points leader. Could get very interesting going in these last 4 races because they're all kind of wild card tracks to some degree, especially Watkins Glen and Daytona 2 weeks from now. And then, of course, the finale at Darlington Labor Day weekend on a Friday. So the Sprint Series finale, as I have alluded to in the past, going to be Friday, September 1st. I believe it's September 1st. Maybe in August. May still be August 31st. Well, one of the two. Whichever day Friday is on Labor Day weekend. That's when the Wawa Sprint Series finale is going to be. But either way, definitely an interesting championship battle brewing up here, especially if Oskin has another off day. He had an off day at Pocono a few weeks ago, and this track is very similar to Pocono, but he still has that 14-point lead on the field. He's 21 points ahead of Avery Alford. Kind of starts deep in the field, all things considered. Our last winner was Jim Vincenleff, got the win in Michigan. He's 22 points behind. Benny Moore is 35 behind. Trey Bartow is 38 behind. And then you got Philip Torrey starting on the pole, 52 behind. And then Cole Raymond, 53 behind, with Joe Rutkowski, 67 behind, and Bruno Diacomo, 82 behind coming into this race. I would venture to say everyone from Torres on down is essentially eliminated, but then again, Torres could very well win here today. He almost won last week in Michigan. Did not get off to the right start this season here in the Wawa Sprint Series, but we'll have to see what he can do here today. It is Philip Torres on the pole alongside Skylar Taylor, and then right behind them, Jim Vincenleff and Bruno Diacomo with a fast time in Michigan. Going to start in the 4th position. Sam Oskin and Benny Moore in row number 3. Joe Rutkowski, Cole Raymond make up row at number 4, and then Avery Alford, Trey Bartow got caught up in that wreck. Never had an opportunity to get a fast lap in the Michigan event. They're going to be starting there in the 5th row together. We got the 78, Riley Snell in the 78 for his 3rd career start alongside Dale Johnson, the 2nd in the 02. Angel Gutierrez is back in the 56 alongside Richard Kingart in the 05. The 60 machine is Jason Lona again in the 4 of Tyree Cartman. We got the 33 machine of Brandon Yodel and the 7 of Stefan Jago. And then the 40 machine of Josh Harmon to the inside of Emily Bull in the 01. Well, now I'm going to officially ask the question, Nathan. Who's going to victory lane here in this 10-lap sprint at Indianapolis?
Well, it's going to be an interesting one for sure, but I'm going to go with the guy that's been part of the Big Four in the Sprint Series and possibly one of the best drivers this season. I'm going to go with Jim Vincenleff in that number 07 white yellow Stanley Dodge. I think he's going to get win number 5 on the season.
We'll have to see. Of course, he, along with Sam and Oskin, have both won 5 times this year. 4 times this year, excuse me. And if they were to win here today, it would be their 5th win. But they'll have to get past Philip Torres and Skylar Taylor and everybody else in this race. This is going to be a fascinating one, of course, leading up to Saturday's JBL Brickyard 400. We're excited for that race, especially after our last one. But the focus right now on the Wawa Sprint Series, and the top 4 finishers here today will go on the race in that Crown Jewel event on Saturday. Pace car's going to pull down. Philip Torres and Skylar Taylor are going to lead us to the green flag here at the greatest racetrack in the world. A win at Indianapolis at stake here for these Sprint Series drivers. Let's see who gets it done here at the Brickyard. And a pretty even jump there between Skylar Taylor and Philip Torres, but Torres with the inside in turn 1. He's going to clear the 45 off the exit.
A great start from Torres in the number 85, but here comes Cincinnati with the 1 up to 2nd. That inside lane is going to be the place you want to be at set. A set maybe off of turn number 4 as he comes to the point. The odds can try to take 3rd away from Skylar Taylor.
Taylor did not get going there on that start. Still stuck in the outside contact there with Bruno Diacomo. Of course, we saw the wreck last week in Michigan. Don't want to see another one here. That was tight, but thankfully they keep it together. Now, when we had the winner's showdown here in the Wawa Cup Series, we did end up with a wreck in that 20-lap event. We're going to have twice as many cars in the Cup Series on Saturday, so definitely intrigued to see how that's going to end up shaking out. Bruno Diacomo doing an excellent job in a transfer position right now in that 00, but here comes Benny Moore, Avery Alford, and Taylor continues to fall back. They did not get the setup well on that car. As for the race lead, just like it was on the last lap in Michigan, Jim Vincent left, taking it away from Philip Torres on lap 2.
Maybe I got a good pick here at Indy, but Torres trying to whip the top side in turn 3. You have to make it stick as here comes Oskin, the point leader. Gonna try to help the 85 off the 4th turn, but not gonna work out. New leader Jim Vincent has to go for win number 5. And rounding out the top 5 is the advanced outpost number 96. Of course, this racing has struggled in the Sprint Series chase, and unfortunately with Barlow wrecking out last week, definitely put a damper in that, but good to see the 96 up front at our home racetrack and trying to get a 3rd car into the main Wawa Cup field on Saturday.
Yeah, and a great job for Benny Moore in the 96. He's really come on strong in the last couple of races, actually. Only 35 behind Oskin, who's still in the 3rd position. They're getting around Bruno Diacomo now in that 00. Here comes the 83 of Cole Raymond. Skylar Taylor trying to rebound. One driver who did not get going was Trey Bartow in the 80 machine. Actually won the first ever race that we had here on the channel. Was the Brickyard 400 in the first season of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series all the way back in the day. Not looking like he's going to win this one, and he currently sits in the 14th position all the way in the back of the field right there. Not at all what Bartow wanted, especially considering if he had won that race in Michigan, got a good lap timing, got a good starting position here today, he could be knocking on the door for the points lead. But as of right now, Oskin still holding on, and no surprise to see Oskin have a good season. Of course, he, along with Bartow, the 2 most experienced drivers in this field. And Oskin, even though he's running 3rd right now, looking to extend that points lead on Skylar Taylor and Avery Alford, heading in to Watkins Glen next week with only 3 races left to go. But Taylor's trying to move their way back through the field. Just got around the teammate of Cole Raymond there for 6th. And we're not even halfway through this race yet here at Indianapolis.
Yeah, and you brought up a good point. It might be a 10-lap race, but we're not halfway through. Only lap 5 of 10, so only 4 laps completed. And for Vincent loves what he sees up front, but he cannot let his guard down, especially with the point lead of 2nd away. He might be in trouble here down the back switch.
And Philip Torres is able to get that outside lane to work to his advantage. Now you got Benny Moore and the 74 of Avery Alford helping each other out. And this 96 closing in on Oskin. And Oskin's got to be careful not to get stuck on that outside. Let Alford and maybe even Taylor pass him, because those are the 2 guys that I think have the best chance at beating Oskin in this title race. And the big wild card is Daytona. You want to have a good points lead going into that one, because anything can happen on the high banks there. And we're only going to have ourselves a 10-lap race there as well, and that could get very dicey if things go south for any of these drivers. Not going to be any time to really work your way through the field if you get stuck on that outside and fall back. So we'll have to see if Oskin can, in fact, hold on to this position. It is a difficult place to make a pass here in Indianapolis. But Trey Barto's going to try it. He's got 3 wide on Rutkowski and Diacomo back in here. This could be a little dicey going into the corner. They will sort it out. But Barto trying to rebound here. That 80 machine is fast. Of course, I know you guys have been working very hard on your cars, and Barto's going to get 2 for 1 right there, move up to 11th as Diacomo continues to fall back, but it's too short of a race, really, for him to have any opportunity at getting up front. Now we got 4 laps to go for Jim Vincenleff, looking to get his 5th win of the season here. And how about Vincenleff? You know, I talk about Avery Alford, Skylar Taylor. Vincenleff may also be a driver to maybe take this title away from Oskin. Benny Moore going to have a shot on Oskin. Oskin couldn't get around Torres, and it opened the door for Benny on the inside lane for 3rd.
Well, first off, you mentioned that how Daytona is a wild card. That Rocklands Glen is also a wild card, and those 2 races back-to-back could be insane. And as far as here, we have seen insane racing for 3rd now with a 4-way battle, and this is not what Oscar wants, as he's going to lose 3 spots in 2 corners.
That did not work at all, and now he's outside of a transfer position. He's in 6th, and all 3 of the drivers, actually all 4 of the drivers who are directly below him, and the points are ahead of him right now. And the way things are looking, looks like that 07 may close in on that 75, but still 3 laps to go here in Indianapolis. If we were to get a caution, it would end the race. So we are at the point of no return here, and we're far from over. Philip Torres, I watch out for Benny Moore. I really would, because if he can get around this 85, he's got Alfred pushing him all the way around this racetrack. They're closing in on Vincenleff. You may get a win, buddy. We'll have to see.
That was a very late move from Benny Moore right there, but you know what? It's 2 laps to go at Indianapolis at NS Racing's home track. You have to go for it, and I don't know if Benny Moore knew I was going to be in the booth, but he's put on a show, and I love to see it. 2 laps to go. Can NS Racing get a hometown victory? Have to wait and see if the Nicers can close down Vincenleff.
And they're going to all get around Philip Torres there. The floodgates open. How about the 60 machine of Jason Lona, not Luna Lona, getting this Andrews Racing car up into the top 6. Definitely a great run for Jason Lona here today. Only, I think, his 3rd or 4th start. Of course, Luna Lona almost made the chase. Couldn't quite do it. Here we go. Avery Alford trying on Benny Moore. Benny's really wide off the exit. Gonna open the door for Skylar Taylor right here. Oskin's back up to 5th. Lona trying on Oskin there. And they just keep battling for 2nd. As Alford clears for the position. Here we go. White flag in the air for Jim Vincenleff. Looking to go 2 in a row here in the chase. Will he get it done at the Brickyard?
Well, unfortunately, that's not going to be the case for the 96 of Benny Moore. But I think he's going to make it into the show. That's awesome.
Oh, boy.
Taylor.
Little wide there for Vincenleff. That's what he did in Michigan last week and almost lost the race because of it. Problem is, Alfred's just too far behind, and Benny Moore might try to take 2nd away from the 74. We'll have to see. They're really going into the corner with a lot of speed, though. And Alfred's going to try. 1 more corner left here at Indianapolis. Will Avery Alford have an opportunity at getting to this 07? He might have a shot if he peeks down here. Oh, boy, it's going to be side by side across the line. But he's not going to have enough time. Vincenleff barely edges out Avery Alford for his 5th win of the season. He's the first driver to win 5 here in the Wawa Sprint Series.
By a hair.
Wow, that was close. 1 more lap and Alford would have gotten that. Avery Alford rebounding after last week, finishing 2nd. And then Benny Moore and Skylar Taylor in the show for the JBL Brickyard 400 on Saturday. That was fun. I think we almost said the same thing at the same time there.
Man, oh man, what a 10-lap sprint. And to think that we are going to have 40 laps on top of the JBL Brickyard 400. I love that name. A little bit biased, but gonna be fantastic.
I love my JBL headphones, and you're the one that got me into them. So,
let him
hence, I
stay for it.
decided to have them sponsor your home racetrack. Okay, we got Oskin on the pole at Watkins Glen. That's big right there. Skylar Taylor will be alongside him. Hey, Trey Bartow, even though he didn't have a good finish, going to be third in that race. Philip Torres will be fourth. Vincent Leff will be fifth. Benny Moore will be sixth. The 74 of Avery Alford in seventh. It's kind of been the Achilles heel for Alford so far during this chase, his starting position. Cole Raymond there in 8th, and then Diacomo and Rutkowski 9th and 10th starting positions at Watkins Glen. Wow, that was a close finish. One of the closest finishes of the year on the channel. We haven't had hardly any side-by-side finishes this year anywhere. The only one that comes to mind is the IndyCar race at Chicagoland. That one was closer, but this will definitely be in the top 10 or top however many closest finishes of the year video at the end of the year. And Jim Vincenleff gets his 5th win of the season in the Wawa Sprint Series. You know, Vincenleff is a driver I don't think we thought about too much. He really did not get off on the right foot after Chicagoland. Actually won the first race, but then had a couple of dismal races there, and, you know, he's kind of in a bit of a hole, but he's starting to dig his way out of it. He gained a decent amount of points on Oskin there, and he's going to have an opportunity at stealing this title away. But only 3 races left: Watkins Glen, Daytona, and Darlington. Nathan, who do you think is going to get it done, knowing that Vincenleff's got about 12 points to catch up on Oskin?
Oh boy, I think Oskin's probably the favorite, but if Vincenleff can keep on racking up these wins, he can easily catch up and be very, very close to Oscar before Daytona, depending on what happens at the Glen next week. And then, of course, Daytona can shake up everything. I think at this point it might come down to Taylor, Oscar, and Vincenleff, but might have to watch out for that 07 because he's getting hot late in the season.
That's 2 straight wins for Vincenleff. More wins than anybody. Won Daytona at the beginning of the season. Won Coda. Ended up going the victory lane at Chicagoland, and then Michigan and Indianapolis. 3 of the wins that he has gained this season have been during the chase, so we're going to have to see if he can keep it going. Old Jimbo there, as everyone likes to call him. Well, Saturday, JBL Brickyard 400. We're excited for that one. You all watching know very much why. I'm not going to say anything else, Nathan. But definitely excited to see how it all goes down at Indianapolis on Saturday. And, of course, only 4 races remain over there in the Wawa Cup Series title. And it's going to be good. Jim Vincenleff gets it done here in Indianapolis. We got sign-ups for Watkins Glen coming up at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time right here on AG the channel. And that race will be next week at 7 p.m. Eastern Time right here on AG the channel. A huge thanks to Nathan Stapleton for joining me here today. Here are the points for the Wawa Sprint Series with 3 races left to go. And congratulations to Jim Vincenleff once again. I will see you guys later.